So this is a rural drive I did. It's about 30 minutes. There's no editing. It's the whole thing. It's commentary driving all the way. Please like and subscribe and also press notify for future videos. So straight away we've got horse. It's a fight or flight animal. So when you go about 10 miles an hour, we just be as less of a threat as possible. Moving away. And just moderately move off. Now checking my mirrors there because there's a change of speed, national speed. It doesn't mean it's safe to do 60, of course. It just means this road is unrestricted up to a legal speed limit of 60 miles an hour. So I'm going to make progress where I can, and always stopping the distance I can see to be clear ahead, and allowing for reasonably foreseeable hazards. Now what we're trying to do is do all our braking on the straight so our weight goes evenly to the front two tyres and accelerate out of the bend. Notice the potholes on the side of the road, not very well looked after, so I'm going to be a little bit careful. I wouldn't want to go down one of those. Looking ahead, looking at the tree line, following it around. Up ahead we've got a runner here, so I'm checking my mirrors and just easing off. It's certainly not safe to overtake yet because I can't see around that corner at this moment. Wait till I can see the line, now I can see it. Now that might look like it was obvious to get round. My camera is situated on my roof today, and it's probably about an extra 18 inches above my eye lines. So I couldn't see around that corner, so I held back, checking my mirrors, turning, powering it through the other side. Car there a little bit greedy with his road position. Again, looking, slowing it down, gear change, accelerate it through the bend. Coming up here, I've got a narrowing road, bridge, only room for one car. I'm just going to sound my horn. We know the cyclists around today. If people can't see me, they might be able to hear me. Slow down before we get to the junction. Well, crossroads here, but we're the major road coming through because we've got the wide line, so they give way to us, but just being a little bit cautious because it's quite blinded those. And making progress where we can. Looking up ahead, I'm still looking at the tree line, trying to follow the road, see where the road's going to take us. Checking my mirrors, easing off, appropriate gear and speed to enter the bend. Coming out the other side, just waiting for it, easing off the gas. Check my mirrors again, accelerate away. We've got a double bend coming up here, with the warning signs telling me there. Checking my mirrors again, just slowing it down into a speed. Got the gear, turning it in, easing back, and accelerating out of the corners. Now you notice how I'm never being thrown around from left to right. That's what causes all the skidding, and it gives a much more comfortable ride. So I'm just easing into a corner and accelerating out the other side. So on the straights we can make progress. Road's bearing around to the right, checking my mirrors, easing it down, drop the gear, got the speed, turn, power it out the other side. Always looking around me, easing off there, just taking the corner. Warning of horse riders, so a little bit of a ride away across here. So just slowing it down, covering my brake, happy with that. Take it away. So just being preemptive there, being proactive, using information that's been given to me from the warning signs. Again, I'm looking up ahead, looking at the tree line to tell me where I'm going. It's going around to the right, checking my mirrors, slowing it down, brake on the straight, do the manoeuvre, powering it out the other side as we come out of the corner. Just easing a little bit of brake. Just seen that car there, which is fine. road, we're going to turn right. Checking my mirrors, signal, slowing it down, and I'm going to block it down from gear 5 to gear 1. Don't need to change gear until this car gets to about 18 miles an hour there. Slowing it down, we don't need to come down the gears 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because it's unnecessary. We've got a block gearbox. Moving off away, second gear, accelerate. Now the engine's there to be worked. If you want to accelerate, bring the revs up a bit. Warning of horses, and I'm looking ahead, I'm seeing signs of houses. Where are houses? They're in villages. So there's going to be a change of speed coming up here. So a lot of these changes of speed from national speed limit back to 30 can be anticipated by taking information in. See lots of houses there, sure enough there's the 30. Just slowing it down into third gear, about 10-20 meters, we're coming in at a level speed. Speed of gear is set. We're going to turn right. Just checking what's behind me. Not going to commit to the corner so I can see around the corner. Only now, yep, it's fine. Looking across, it's okay to proceed there. Now this is a single track road. The thing about a single track road is we have to stop in half the distance we can see to be ahead. Our eyes have kind of got used to stopping in the distance we can see ahead, so at corners we have to go a lot slower because half the distance is not that far. We have to kind of train our brains to be able to stop in that distance. So even here, I'm slowing it down. Back on the other road, I was doing 60 miles an hour because it was safe to do so. Certainly not here. On the straights though, we can go a little bit faster. When we get to the corners, that's where we're going to slow it down a bit. Now on these single track roads here, we have to keep an eye out for passing places. If a bigger vehicle comes along, and we might have to reverse to it. Notice the fresh horse manure on the road. If it hasn't been squashed yet, there might be a horse around the corner here, so I'm being a little bit more cautious. Let the poo be the clue. So here, half the distance, no faster than this. And of course we're hoping that people coming the other way are driving to the same principle as well. So here I'm slowing it right back. Half that distance, not much further than, pretty much not much further into my bonnet, quite frankly. So I'm going to roll it round here to the left, checking my left side. Now I could physically go a lot faster through this village, physically do double this speed, but we're thinking about what could happen. Well, a car could come the other way, something could come off a driveway here. So we're being a lot more, we're not even being cautious, we're driving at the right speed. So if the hazard that we anticipate could happen happens, we're at the right speed to deal with it. And this is one thing I'm always trying to get young drivers to be thinking about, is what could happen, and drive at the speed for what could reasonably happen. So the road just rolls round. Come out the village here and go a little bit. Yeah, I'm being more cautious here because it is a single track road. And slowing it back on the corners. Looking up ahead, I'm looking ahead there. Also got the pedestrian up ahead immediately, so I was holding back. Get on the wrong end of that dog. Follow it through there. cattle grid up ahead, and also just looking ahead and just seeing if there's anyone coming down this single track road, looking where the passing places are. Cattle grids are quite slippy, especially when they're slightly wet. We go straight over them and we follow the road. So we're coming through this road, got a bit of cattle up ahead crossing the road, so I'm just easing off the gas. What about those two on the left? There we are, so I'm just going to slow down there. Now, being a herd animal, that other cow on the left there, even though I could go, might panic and rush for the herd, so I'm just holding back, going slowly. Because again, being a herd animal, if it panics, it could run, it could bolt. I don't want that to happen. There we go, just following the road through. I'm sure the farmer over there would appreciate that. Following on up ahead. Slow moving vehicle up ahead on the road. Or is it off the road? Little road roller. So it's off the road. I think that belongs to the Gumley Cricket Club. They're probably using that machine to roll their green for the season over there. Much better to do it that way than that old thing. Again, another dog up ahead, just checking forward, another cattle grid as well. So I'm just easing it down. Let's go nice and slowly. Dog's off the lead there. Yep. Turning right into it. Right, around we go. So really rural roads is a lot about potential hazards. Just slowing it down for 20 miles an hour. This has only recently changed to 20 miles an hour, but at the end of the day, if everybody drove so they could stop in the distance, they can see ahead and allow for reasonably foreseeable hazards that might come their way, well, you wouldn't need people drive at 20. Who says 20 is safe? They put a 20 in, assume it's safe. Well, what's around this corner? I don't know. I'm actually doing 12 miles an hour around this corner, so even lowering it to 20 miles an hour doesn't necessarily make it safe at all. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's a bit of metal telling you a number. Use your brain, use your eyes, use your anticipation skills, what could happen, and drive for that speed. What that is, it comes under the umbrella, is what they call defensive driving. It's driving for something that could happen that hasn't happened yet. Emphasis on the word yet. So down here, what could happen? Anyone could walk up behind a vehicle, a car could move out, a car could be coming the other way. So I'm going nice, at a sensible speed, appropriate for what could develop in front of me. And if you drive with that mentality, you're kind of halfway there to being safe, and then you just have to sort of hope the other people are driving likewise. So we're going to turn right down this little road. Change of speed, just checking the mirrors, just holding it back, rolling it round. Around we go. Holding it back for the corner, to see what's behind me, always checking around me. I'm always wanting to know what's around me all the time. I don't need to wait for a hazard to check my mirrors to see what's behind me. I kind of know what's around me all the time. So when we do advanced lessons, this is kind of what we get people into the idea of gathering information all the time. What's around this car 360, because danger can come from anywhere. So if anything does develop, you kind of know what's there already, and it's just a cursory reminder, just checking what you already know, not discovering what's behind you for the first time. You're just holding back here. Again, what could come? Is it reasonable to see what the car could come around the corner on a Sunday? Any day? Of course it is. So you drive accordingly. You've got some pedestrians up here, I think. So The cyclist just having a rest. Just hold it back through there. A couple of cyclists coming up here. How should we deal with them? Got left turning here, so just keeping an eye on the line, what's coming across the top. I think there's room for them to go to single file. Anytime you like, chaps. Junction. We're just going to cross the road here. They're badly marked up, but it is a crossroads. I'm just checking left and right. Pretty tight on the right, so I'm just going to creep out and try to see what's going on. Yeah, there it's clear. Now I can go. Not the nicest junction. So narrowing road, bridge coming up. Holding it back. Sound the horn, let people know of my presence. Following the road down. Just checking my mirrors, holding the speed a bit for the little gap in the field there, which was fine, just checked in there. Just keeping up those horrible little potholes. Yeah, just checking my mirrors, slowing it down before, brake on the straight, holding it back. Again, the principle is where we make progress we can, where you've got hazards, we drive accordingly. Just checking around, holding it back. This will come a bit to the right there, opens up my line of sight. It's a single track road, so it melts, use a full width for my advantage. Just a vehicle there, it's covering it there, could be someone about to pull out, we don't know. Just following the road. So, ex-railway bridge. Nice open out, so we can go a little bit faster than if it was with tree lines. Our observation's a little bit more open here. Checking both ways, twice. Straight on a 60-mile-an-hour road, so we get up to speed nice and swiftly. As soon as we're at the speed of the road, we're at a safe speed. Until we get to there, we're kind of a hazard from the cars behind. Now we're back to two roads, so it means we can stop at the full distance we can see ahead, not half the distance. Going to 30, then gravity do most of the braking here, just finishing off into third gear, into Thedingworth. next right here. Turning in, just holding back, good. Car's been slightly restricting the road, but we're fine. Following the road. Back to national speed limit again. It's not safe to do 60, it just means there's only a legal speed limit of 60 miles an hour. It's unrestricted. Turning down here. Just holding it back, waiting for the dog walker to move himself out of the way. There we go. Job done. Just holding back for the corner. Making sure we stop in half the distance we can see ahead. See over top of the hedges there. So if I can see over the hedges, over the corners, then I can stop in half that distance. I can see over the hedges as well. So I'm not just looking ahead, I'm always looking across the corners, gathering as much information in a timely manner as possible. What's going down here we don't know because we can't see through the trees in this situation. So I'm just slowing it down, holding it back until the road is visibly clear. Holding it back for the corner until I can see to be clear. So what I'll do is just drive at constant speed. I am varying my speed depending on what I can see ahead. Just holding it back, checking there, making sure the bottom entrance is clear. That's fine. Thinking if a car comes the other way or a vehicle comes the other way, will I have to reverse? I don't know, just looking out for passing places. Always stopping in half the distance we can see to be clear ahead. Junction here then, turning right, checking my mirrors actually, let's go this way, never been down here before. That's why. Oops, better turn my way around. I didn't think that. Yeah, I don't know what sort of pathway that is, but I think we'll do a detour of that one. Well, let's go left. So we've done a little bit of variety there of roads. Single ones, double ones, bendy ones, open ones. Met horses, met vulnerable road users such as cyclists as well. Dealt with them accordingly. So again, checking my mirrors, brake on the straight, speed and gear, do the steer, line is clear, accelerate away. So again, brake on the straight, speed and gear, do the steer, accelerate it away. Coming into this corner, slowing it right down, speed and gear, forward turn. Too many people going into that tree, unfortunately. Coming in too fast. Braking on the corner, your weight goes to one tyre. Rather than going straight into the front, your weight goes to central left or central right, depending if you're turning right or left. And what's okay for two tyres is not good for one tyre, overwhelms it. Forces is greater than friction on the tyre and road surface. You go in a straight line, you come off the road. Doesn't matter how good a driver you are, if physics takes over, physics takes over. The road narrowing in from the right hand side. Now because I go downhill, it's going to take a lot longer to brake. So I'll brake a little bit earlier, a little bit firmer as well. Just been watching out for the junction, we're fine. Braking, gear, turn, go, mirrors, slow, don't need to change gear, turn, arrow through the other side. Again, checking my mirrors, in, turning in, accelerate out the other side. It's a very stable ride, never been thrown around. So I want my passengers to be able to sit on the back seat if they want to have a nice cup of tea, not spill it everywhere. That's kind of the aim. There we are, hope you found that useful. Just coming to the end of our rural road now. Back into Harborough, do you like that word? Into the 30, just checking around me. Brought you back to 30. And there we go. I hope you found that useful. Braking on the straight, don't brake on the bend. Stopping the distance you can see ahead. Stopping half the distance when it's single track. Looking out for signs of things that can make you have to do a change of speed or direction. Please remember to like and subscribe, press notify, we put videos out all the time, and thanks for watching.